Michel Foucault was a French philosopher, social theorist, and historian of ideas who explored the relationships between power, knowledge, and social structures. His quotes reflect his deep insight into the workings of power and society, and provide valuable insights into the complex issues he sought to understand and explain. Power is not an institution, and not a structure, neither is it a certain strength we are endowed with. It is the name that one attributes to a complex strategical situation in a particular society. This quote emphasized Foucault's belief that power is not something possessed by individuals or institutions, but rather a dynamic and constantly shifting force within society. Do not ask who I am and do not ask me to remain the same. This quote reflects Foucault's view that human identity is not fixed, but constantly evolving and subject to change. Madness is the absolute break with the work of art. It forms the constitutive moment of abolition, which dissolves in time the truth of the work of art. This quote refers to Foucault's exploration of madness and its relationship to art and society. I don't feel that it is necessary to know exactly what I am. The main interest in life and work is to become someone else that you were not in the beginning. This quote again emphasized the fluidity of human identity and the potential for personal. The most important task of the intellectual is to refuse to be a functionary, to represent, in some sense, the autonomy of thought and of life. This quote highlights Foucault's belief in the importance of intellectual freedom and the need to resist being co-opted by established power structures. There are no phenomena of power without resistances. There are no resistances that do not imply power. This quote highlights the complex interplay between power and resistance within society. Knowledge is not for knowing, knowledge is for cutting. This quote reflects Foucault's view that knowledge is not a neutral or objective pursuit, but is always shaped by power relations and used to exert control. I'm no prophet. My job is making windows where there were once walls. This quote reflects Foucault's view of his role as a scholar, which he saw as a means of opening up new perspectives and ways of thinking. The important thing is not to be against the system, but to be in a position to confront it. This quote speaks to Foucault's belief in the importance of engaging with and challenging established power structures, rather than simply rejecting them outright. I am no doubt not the only one who writes in order to have no face. Do not ask who I am and do not ask me to remain the same. Leave it to our bureaucrats and our police to see that our papers are in order. This quote again emphasizes Foucault's belief in the fluidity of human identity and the potential for personal transformation. What I try to do is to give some historical visibility to practices that have a way of functioning silently in society, without being questioned. This quote highlights Foucault's aim to uncover and expose the hidden practices and power dynamics that shape society, in order to prompt critical reflection and analysis. Power is not something that is acquired, seized, or shared, something that one holds or keeps. Power is exercised from innumerable points, in the interplay of non-egalitarian and mobile relations. This quote emphasized the decentralization of power and the ways in which it is constantly negotiated and contested within society. We are subjected to the production of truth through power, and we cannot exercise power except through the production of truth. This quote speaks to the interdependence of power and knowledge, and the ways in which truth and reality are shaped and constructed through power relations. It is not by the principles of humanity that man lives or is able to preserve himself above the animal world, but solely by means of the most brutal struggle. This quote reflects Foucault's exploration of the ways in which power operates at the level of the body, and the role of violence and coercion in shaping social relations. People know what they do. Frequently they know why they do what they do, but what they don't know is what they do does. This quote highlights the often unseen consequences and effects of our actions, and the need for critical reflection and analysis to uncover them. The most dangerous individuals are those who are animated by a spirit of equality. This quote speaks to Foucault's critique of the idea of equality as a purely positive force, and his recognition of the potential for it to be co-opted and used to reinforce existing power structures.